I was listening to a discussion the other day between two young people who were talking about politics and rights and Britain's place in the EU and such. These were two young guys, students I think, just sitting in a coffee shop. I wasn't eavesdropping, I was just close by to a fairly loud and excited conversation. Anyway, they were going on making various points, and what emerged seemed to be an agreement that all politicians have very similar goals, all have the same agenda, and you might as well vote for any party, mainstream or otherwise, because essentially they're all standing on the same platform. Now, these two young fellas seemed like liberal, tolerant lads, from what I could gather. Some of what they were saying, naive, I would suggest. It's to be expected that 16, 17-year-old lads would lack some worldly experience. All politicians have very similar goals. You know, some folks will go into politics with the best intentions. Let's not be cynical. Some go into public service because they genuinely want to help people. I've made generalizations about politicians before, which, in hindsight, might have been more than a bit cynical, more than a bit wrong. Okay. But we have to admit that there are politicians who do serve as mouthpieces. Whose mouthpieces? Rich corporations, special interest groups, trade unions. So there are politicians who say what they are told to say, or say what they are paid to say. The reality is, though, agendas vary. To-do lists vary because values vary. Do you really think the Liberal Democrats and the BNP are following the same agenda, following the same principles? If you're an advocate of human rights, an advocate of workers' rights, you will find that there are people, public servants, who happen to share your values. You will find those who are willing to help you, or willing to try and help you at least. But be under no illusions, not everyone wants to help you. Many will hold your values in contempt. And yes, some people hate you for what you are. Please don't allow yourself to believe that all politicians, all political parties are interested in preserving and furthering your rights. You got to look past the well-polished speeches. Don't let yourself be taken in by grand rhetoric designed to stir up certain feelings, certain emotions. I'll be blunt. For some individuals and groups, the less rights you have, the better. No workers' rights, no problem. No human rights, no problem. Fuck the minimum wage, fuck health and safety laws, statutory holiday pay, fuck that too. Rights are for people who can afford them. Bollocks to everyone else. You don't think that there are people who think like this? You don't think people like this exist? People who think like that? I've met some less than pleasant human beings in my time. Yeah, believe it or not, the manifesto of a political party might not reflect the beliefs, the values of those who drew it up. So, yeah. You need to do your own research, and yeah, it really does matter who you vote for. Your vote matters, and your rights matter so much. Peace.